Okay, I think we got it. Okay, I think I got it. All right, Dino, you got me, mate?
There it is. Yeah, you sound great, and you're
There
recording.
we go. Bloody computers.
Yeah, you got
So
it though.
I know. I'm just hoping that doesn't put everyone off now. So hopefully everyone can find us. Oh, digital
No,
landlord
I
found
mean,
us. There's one.
what's up, Digital? Good to
All
see you
right.
again, man.
Yeah, thanks for dropping back in, mate. Sorry I didn't get a chance to speak to you last week because I was on holiday.
Yeah, super cool, dude. Um, yeah, I think if people just go to your profile, they'll be able to find it, and it might pop up as a banner at the top.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping because
But
I.
one thing Evolve did
Yep.
was he put hashtags, and I don't know if that helped, but seemed like felt like it would help.
Yeah, well, that's what I was doing. Like last time. That's what I tried doing with this post is like sticking hashtags in there. It seemed to work really well, but obviously, like the one time you want everything to run smoothly and work well is the time that it doesn't.
Exactly.
I even had a cool intro music like set like lined up as well. I'll see if I can play it because I'll have to do this for next time around.
Yeah, for sure. Give it a shot.
Now, let me just cue it up because I'm thinking like this could be like a new sort of like intro music for when we like do Webview Wednesdays now. But let me know your thoughts as soon as if this thing decides it wants to work.
Mm-hmm.
But how's life been with you? So I know you've been a bit quiet lately. Work been flat out.
Oh, so I just got back from vacation.
Thanks.
So yeah, it was a road trip up into the mountains, and we got a cabin with some family members from around the country. So yeah, that was nice. And I just got back late last night, so been trying to catch up on some work today, and yeah, been a little quiet for that reason. I'm kind of glad they postponed the Hulk drop because I want to be more prepared for that.
Mm.
But anyways, yeah.
Yeah, well, that was gonna be
How about you, man? How
yeah, that's gonna be one of our topics for today.
yeah, I figured. I didn't want to say too
Oh
much.
yeah, that's definitely gonna get everyone talking, like because I was the same. I was like, what Hulk's coming and I don't have any gems. Damn it! I was like,
Right?
yeah, but now I've got half a chance to get something together.
Exactly. Who knows when it'll come up, but let's see if this works.
Okay.
Valve seemed to know what he was doing in terms of the music, the
Yeah,
title, all that stuff. I was like, nice,
I
man.
know. Actually, before we get started, I should probably give you both a big shout out. Like Evolved and yourself did a great job of hosting last week's episode. So I listened to the playback because I was on holidays as well. And yeah, it was a
Mm-hmm.
really fun episode. Looks like everyone was having a good time. And yeah, Evolve was killing it with the sound effects.
Definitely. Yeah, and D did a great job as well. Yeah, it was a surprisingly fun space. I was nervous about it when you said you weren't going to be there, but it worked out really well. And yeah, I'm glad the people who showed up
Mm.
did. The very like even from the very beginning of the space, we had My Collectibles, we had Kid Arcade, we had OG Vault. Digital was there from the very
Mm.
start, and yeah, and then Nas ended up joining, and yeah, so it was right away. I was like, okay, something's happening
Yeah,
here.
that was good, and it went longer than the normal, like 10 o'clock as well. Like, because I was like, I
Yeah,
was down like the gym, like for like for about half an hour after that, and I was listening to it like, and I was on the treadmill. I was just like, it's still going, God, because I'm thinking like the time difference between like where I am and like where like you are like in LA. I'm like, going, God, these guys must be tired.
yeah, I was for sure. It was funny because we were all saying our goodbyes, and then Evolve's just like, you know what? I don't really want to end it, so we just kept
Yeah,
going
no, I'm
for
just like applauding everybody. Like the only reason I have to end these spaces so early, like is because my kids get up. I was like, well, you guys can basically just keep going for as long as you want.
yeah. Yeah, as long as our bodies will allow.
That's right. Okay, I think I've got the intro music queued up here. So everyone have a listen to this and tell me what you reckon, because I reckon this might be our new intro music when we do VeVe Wednesdays. And then we can start off with a little bit of something like this. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you might be in the world. This is VeVe Wednesdays, brought to you by the VeVe Collective. I'm your host, OzmanCollect63, and I'm joined by my co-host, DYNO MiVidaVeVe. And welcome to episode, I believe we're up to episode 12. We're up to episode 13. No, we're up to episode 13. I stuffed that up. But that's all right, because that's what we do on this channel. It's all chill space. We talk VeVe, NFTs, Marvel, comics, gaming, film, TV, and yeah, just having a good time. What do you reckon? How'd that sound?
I love it, man. Love it. We're sounding official.
That's it. I'm trying a few new things. All right, who we got in the house? We got Shadow NYC. Good, thank you for joining us, mate. Thank you for all the retweets as well. Good to have you here. Omi Millionaire, Digital Land Broker, Double Quill. Always a pleasure to have everyone back and listening to the space. And I suppose we better kick things off with a bit of VeVe news, a bit of market watch. So what's been happening in the market? We've had all sorts of different drops this week. Of course, everyone has the big one, which we were going to have the Hulk, but we'll get into that in a little bit. We've had FA Dazzler. We've had the Ron English Grin Monkeys, Thanos drop, Elemental series, and of course we've had the FA of Howard Stark towards the start of the week. So I guess I'll start off with you, Dyno. So have you been buying anything? Has anyone been going shopping, or anyone have any luck on the drops?
It's gonna be really boring for people, but no, I haven't been buying anything. Haven't been going for the drops. I was definitely gonna go for the Hulk if that dropped tomorrow, but everything else, I'm just trying to save my gems right now. It seems like the market's kind of dipping, so I'm just trying to be patient and wait for things that I really, really want.
Yeah, no, it's a good move.
Sure, I might have missed a few opportunities here and there, but it's okay. Yeah, doesn't make for good spaces talk, but that's what I've been doing.
No, so well, I'm the same. I haven't been buying much either myself because I'm a little bit short on gems at the moment. But I did thought I'd have a try the Ron English monkeys, the Grim Monkeys, and I got one. I got one of the common ones. I think I got the big Grin one, and yeah, I basically just sold it straight away. So sold it at a loss, obviously, because the the market tanked a little bit after that. But got what I could out of it, just because I thought I'll try for the secret wares because they look pretty cool. But other than that, I haven't really been buying much. So like I said, just trying to save the gems for the inevitable Hulk drop, which I don't know about everyone else, but I'm happy they decided to cancel and go with the wait list. Because I feel it's going to be a lot more fair for people around the world. Because yeah, with that blind box, if they just do blind box, it's probably going to get gobbled up by bots, and there's going to be a very low chance of, well, I wouldn't say low chance, but there's definitely a chance that everybody's only just going to get one at the very minimum. So what do you reckon?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you have the capability of doing the waitlist now, so let's save these grails for stuff like that where everyone can have an equal opportunity. Because yeah, I mean, it would sell out. I think it would sell out instantly, but how many of them would be bots, right? And I mean, what we've seen, like with the Punisher, things were getting floored below retail, which was nice, but that's not going to happen with this one.
Definitely not.
But I would imagine it would be similar to TOS 39, or maybe even more highly sought after. But I'm just glad that it'll be more fair now. I don't know what my odds are going to be in terms of, like, I haven't won a waitlist drop yet that I've gone for, so who knows if that'll actually increase my chances or not. But I just think it's more fair for people who don't have good internet and stuff like that.
Yeah, for sure.
Which I'm one of them. Yeah,
well, I mean, I'm quite lucky here in the UK. I think my internet's actually quite decent, but yeah, but there there are members all around the world who do struggle with their internet connections. I mean, like I know that over in Oz, I think they've got a few issues with their internet over there.
Yeah, and I love the OG way of doing it, but I also think that I have more freedom now. I have a 30-minute window instead of having to make sure I'm there at 8 o'clock, which is sometimes a struggle. Sometimes I'm driving to work. Sometimes, I'm loading tools. It just depends. Like I don't know where I'm going to be, and so it's nice to at least have a window.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, like there is something about the wait list does have that sort of sense of convenience and sort of sense of safety as well. Like, that once you're in the wait list, at least you can sort of like, chill out, take your time, and then concentrate on other things. Don't have to worry about being ready to hit that buy now button. Because I know I've had that a couple of times in my job where I've had to sort of run off into a corner somewhere and just say, I have to do something real quick, and then it's sort of like hide and then pray I get something. Otherwise, my boss is going to be looking at me going, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Nothing."
Yeah, exactly. And like Kid Arcade brought up on the roundtable, he was saying that, you don't have to worry about messing up and then feeling like, oh man, if I only would have clicked sooner, I would have gotten it. And it just kind of saves yourself all of that stress. And now it's just, what are the odds? Right?
Yeah, that's right. But
I like it.
But in saying that as well, there's also a level of excitement in the blind box as well. Like Kid Arcade's also spoke about that in some of his streams, saying like, there's that level of excitement. Like, when you hit that buy now button, you're like, oh, what am I gonna get? What am I gonna get? Which I reckon that the waitlist doesn't really sort of have that to the same level of like, what's the word? Intensity, I guess you could say.
Oh yeah, for sure. I agree with that. But at the same time, you got to weigh the pros and cons. And for me, I think the pros of having fairness in the drops is it outweighs the the fun of it. But yeah, I mean, there is something to be said about that. It's like my heart's pounding, my palms are sweating, and it's a little stressful, but it makes it fun. And there's still going to be drops that have that, but it hasn't really been that fun lately when things don't even sell out. So I guess we've been kind of like, at least for me, I've been kind of used to it not being super exhilarating like it used to be.
All right. Oh,
and there is some excitement too. Real quick, there's some excitement too when I get a comic and I'm just waiting to see what rarity I got. Right? There's some excitement there, and so I guess this is a similar thing. Is like, did I get it or did I not? So it's still exciting in a way. It's just definitely not as intense.
Yeah, for sure. Later, and also, like, I'm not sure if anyone else in the crowd has seen Kid Arcade's latest post. Like, he had a good point about bringing back the green truck. I mean, there's that level of excitement with seeing the green truck after you sort of score something on the drop. So it'd be cool if we could see, like, something like that back into like the wait list, like some kind of like congratulations, you've got like this, or like like he was talking about having like the green truck back in just for that level of nostalgia.
Oh, 100%. It'd be funny if they dropped a green truck at some point, like a green truck collectible with a VeVe logo on it or something. I think that would be pretty awesome for the people who have been here. Oh,
mate, that was just side instantly. That could be like a little bit of utility for the VeVe logo holders. Maybe get airdropped a green truck.
There you go. I like it.
There you go.
Hopefully VeVe listens to this and considers that, because yeah, I would definitely want a green truck. That's iconic. I still have snapshots in my camera roll of very important drops that I got, and that green truck is associated with good feelings.
Well, yeah, I suppose like the green truck could be like a mixed bag, like depending, like if you got something awesome on the drop, or if you just keep getting common club like I do 90% of the time.
Yeah, that's true, right? It used to be where if you got the green truck, you're winning no matter what. But yeah, lately it's been, okay, green truck is good if I got a higher rarity.
All right, look, we got a few more people out in the house. Inano, how are you, brother? So thank you for jumping in. I bet you're editing. Also, actually, before I forget about it, because this also happened on my time off, is happy Father's Day to anybody listening out there. also a big shout out to Hinano as well. He's got the best family in the world. So they gave him a slabbed copy of, I think it was Silver Surfer. I can't remember the number, sorry, but yeah, it was a 9.6 and looked awesome. So yeah, congratulations to you, sir. As for my Father's Day, I got a card made for my kids, and we just had a nice family lunch, which was quite nice. So, were you, Diana? Did you do anything for Father's Day? I know obviously you're not a father yourself, but did you do anything with family while you were away?
Yeah. So we had a cabin with my dad and two of my uncles. So that was a lot of fun.
Nice.
Just went out to dinner and enjoyed each other's company. And I guess the whole weekend it wasn't for Father's Day, but it was cool that it ended up on Father's Day. And so, yeah, we all just enjoyed each other's company and had a really good time. It was pretty warm. It was in northern Arizona, so it was like in the 80s, and we were right on a lake and stuff like that. So I know the dads had a lot of fun, and us cousins for sure had fun. So, but yeah, happy Father's Day to all the dads out there, and yeah, I'm glad you had a good time, Osmond.
Yeah, nice. Also, if anybody wants to jump up and join in on the conversation, feel free to as well. Like, sometimes it just gets a little bit lonely, just the two of us up here chatting. Even though I don't mind the two of us chatting, but it's always nice to have someone throw something different into the mix. So yeah, if you want to throw your hand up at any point, feel free. If you just want to chill in the background, just listen to the two guys talk, then that's cool as well.
Yeah, I mean, the two of us could chat anytime, so it'd be cool to have other people up here. And I know Evolve will be here pretty soon. Sure, he's putting the baby down right now, but yeah. Anything else going on?
What else has been happening else in the world? So like we said, we've had Father's Day, we've had we had the Hulk drop postponed, which we were saying we believe is a good thing, because they're going to wait for the wait list to be ready. But I was kind of thinking, like, what would the difference be between the wait list for collectibles and comic books? Because it doesn't seem like there'd be like a massive difference, because that's one of the reasons they originally said they weren't doing it, is because they said that the wait list wasn't ready for comic books. It's like, well, surely it's got to be like the same sort of thing. I don't know. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I don't know for sure, but I'm just guessing that because they're in its own separate category, there might be a different mechanism for it. I mean, I'm sure they're built the same way, but I'm just guessing that I don't know. I'm not technical like that, so I really don't know, and I haven't heard anything. But that's what I'm guessing, is just because those are collectibles and comics have always been separate. It's been very clear from the start that VeVe said these are different types of assets. And so I'm just thinking that they don't have the infrastructure ready quite yet. And I don't know if there's, something to do with the rarities, because they have rarities in collectibles too. So I'm not sure.
Yeah. Also, as well, before I forget as well, I just want to give VeVe Investments a bit of a shout out as well, because he's in the listening in the background, the crowd with us. Another great video, mate, that you put out about AI and where it could go, like, in the VeVeverse. So if anyone hasn't checked out his content, please jump over on the YouTube, on the Twitter, and follow VeVe Investments. Another really good content creator, just grinding away in the space like the rest of us. And yeah. Also, we've got D, one and only D. Lovely to see you. And yeah, I think I've shouted out everyone else at this point. Big O. So thanks for jumping in, buddy. And yeah, like we said before, if anybody wants to chuck their hand up and contribute anything to the conversation, please feel free. But yeah, so we had the whole drop postponed. What else has been happening in VeVe land lately? We've had wire go down, so that's caused a bit of controversy as well about cash out. Oh, hello, we've got, who wants to come up and say a few words for us? It's a NFL champion.eth. So hopefully I'm saying.
I just came to introduce myself. I don't think we ever spoke, guys. It's nice to meet you. I'm Dave.
Dave, nice to meet you, Dave. So I'm Ozman, but I also go by Alex as well.
Nice.
What's up, Dave?
Oh, wait,
What's up? Sorry, what was that?
Yeah, Dino here, and I no, I was just saying, I was just introducing myself. I don't think we've ever spoken either. I know you're in the SoCal Beavers, right?
Yes,
In that
sir.
chat.
Yes, sir.
Cool. Yeah, and I've heard you speak a lot of times, and so
Yeah, I
I always admired what you had to say, and
appreciate it, man.
yeah, I remember you and CB a lot. So
Nice. Appreciate that,
yeah,
man.
those are fond memories from back in the day.
Fuck,
Yep.
man, that makes me feel really fucking old. Holy shit. Oh my god. Nah, but I just wanted to come up and introduce myself.
Old
I
in the
know that we
space, yeah.
haven't had like a chance like formally meet, but like listening to you guys, like I like these spaces where it's kind of like chill, like smaller rooms, kind of like easy. I love that you guys are running these. You know what I mean? It sounds like it's not just VeVe, right? Like you guys are talking about everything.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, no, we cover everything on this channel, mate. We cover film, TV, games. What else we got? Comics, pop culture, just anything in general, really. Like, so yeah, so it's just a nice chill space, just to get away from any like sort of fun and negativity that might be happening outside in the real world, and yeah, just to try and get back to the heart of collecting and like what actually sort of brings us all together. So what's your experiences with collecting or VeVe or anything?
So I was never a collector until I mean I'm still not a collector, but I'm holding on to a few things like on the VeVe app. But like I started, it was March April of 2021. Went through the whole cycle, that whole shit. I
Oh
cashed
yeah.
out. Yeah, I was able. I cashed out some, not as nowhere near as much as what some other people did, but yeah. So it's kind of like house money for me. And I haven't really been doing too much. I've just been kind of pursuing other things, but. From the collection side, yeah, I was never really like this big. I collected some comic books when I was a kid, but most like
Mhm.
basketball cards and stuff. Like nothing really, you know. So now I'm kind of enjoying the AI ride. Like I find it fucking insanely fascinating. Like I think it's insane. I'm building like different chat bots and stuff. I actually built one for one of the guys in the community for JAbs that I got to give him tomorrow. It's like how he's part of like this Dory Samurai group. I
Okay.
I I built like a chat bot that he can literally put into his Discord or onto their website, and it's got a whole like samurai personality with like GPT-4 attached to it. It's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Like, because funny enough, the WebV Collective, which is what this episode is brought to you by, is we actually have a Discord as well. So I might have a conversation with you about how to maybe implement some bots into our Discord group, because like I said, I put the Discord group together myself, but like I'm still learning on how everything works, and anything we can do to sort of try and make our Discord a bit more fun would be definitely something cool to look into.
Yeah, I feel like we hit a nerve. Thanks to Jay, and shout out to Jay. Like he recognized an opportunity. He's like, listen, nobody has this in Discord. He's like, you can charge for this. He was like I'll get my project to pay for it. He's like, don't like be it like a monthly thing. I was like, for real? And then like I posted about it, and it was one after the other. I spoke to like 6 people yesterday that wanted the same thing. So it's kind of cool. Like, but it takes time to kind of train these things a little bit. You know, it's a little bit laborious. So I got to see how I can streamline it a little bit. But yeah, man, I'm happy to help for sure.
Sweet. So yeah, so you were saying that you managed to get in like on VeVe and go cash out the top, cash out towards the top ish, which is
Nah. Let's be clear. It was not near the top. I cashed out, but it was profitable. Let's just say that.
Profitable. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's probably better than most of us, especially better than me. I'm still holding on to like sort of collectibles that have depreciated maybe like 90% in value, but I'm sure everybody's got one or two of them in their portfolio.
That's for sure. That's for sure. For sure. Believe you, man. Like we've gone through it all. You guys remember? I don't know if So how long have you you guys have been? Alex, you said you've been here in VeVe for how long?
Yes, my VeVe birthday, I believe, is around May of 2021, I believe. So I've been here for a while. Yeah,
Nice.
so I've sort of been like towards the bottom and then sort of up to where it sort of peaked and then dropped down again. So I've sort of been like through like let's call it the first cycle, I guess you could say. And yeah, I mean like my experience with VeVe like has been fairly positive. I mean like the more for me is sort of come out of it is like having the opportunity to sort of like interact more with the community, because that's the whole reason why I'm still here, is because of the community.
That's a fact. Same here, my friend. Same here. Well said. Yvonne, what's up?
What up, Dave? What up, Dino and Husman? How you guys doing?
Good Evolved. How are you, buddy? Managed to get the little one down?
Sorry I'm late. Yeah, she's down kind of.
Down, kind of. That sounds very dicey.
You know what that reminded me of?
She moves a lot.
You got to play her. Remember? Do you guys remember when we used to play when Biggie used to play Samuel L. Jackson? Go the fuck to sleep.
Yeah, yeah. For real. What's up, Panano D, Lisa, MPAX, biggest bro, and VeVe Investments, digital. Was it? We talked last time. Digital and broker. How could I forget?
Yeah.
Double Quill, Shadow 007, iAmDEV. I'm gonna say Prow because that's the only part I could read.
That's
Not
it.
read. That was weird.
And also, while I've got you here as well, and we've got everyone in the crowd, I want to say a big shout out to Evolve for hosting last week's VeVe Wednesday episode, because I was on holiday. And Evolved, I'm sure I speak for everybody when I say you absolutely smashed it, bro.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah,
It was fun for sure.
I particularly like what you did, like, with the music and sound effects.
Yeah, the music and the little clip of One of Us. That
was cool.
That was just one of my favorite parts.
Adds a whole new element, no? When you integrate like different like sound. I don't know how somebody hasn't, or Twitter or some company needs to come up with like a custom sound board that we have like right here available, or keypad or whatever. Like that has to exist where we could just, and not like the same person like screaming or like these ridiculous ones that we have now. It would be so useful.
Oh, maybe
Spaces on PC would be helpful, I'm sure.
Yeah, well, right now I'm running the space through BlueStacks on my laptop, so that's about the best I can get at the moment. But because I'm running it through BlueStacks and it's like an Android application, I've got no soundboard. So if you to my knowledge, if you do it through like iOS or something like that, they actually give you like a little soundboard. Yeah, there you go. There's my point right there.
Oh, Android doesn't even have those?
No, it doesn't.
Oh.
If I run through, yeah, I know. I feel like so left out. I know.
You're not missing much. Alex, trust me, you ain't missing much. If I never have to hear those freaking sounds again, I'm good. A cricket. I'm like, come on, stop it.
Yeah, I mean, it'd just be good, like, having some sound effects, because, like, I'm always trying to think of new ways that we can, like, implement, like, because, like, in the future, I would like to make this more than just, like, I mean, it's cool being a chill space, but it'd be good, like, if you can, like, sort of, like, ramp it up a little bit and try and make it more, like, entertaining, more, like, engaging to listeners, kind of make it, like, its own, like, little mini, like, sort of radio station, if you know what I mean.
Hell yeah. I'm telling you, like, music makes all the difference in the world.
Oh, for sure.
Like it changes like the whole game. I remember when I went into one of JE's space one time and he was playing like the subtle like background music, and I was like, what's go when it's not like dead silence, when it's just like that little background music, I was like, it changed the whole vibe of the space, and we did it ever since.
Yeah, for sure. Oh,
yeah, the thing that I was gonna say, the thing that sucks is that you have to play it on your phone, or you have to play it on an external device and through your phone. So if they can embed it where it sounds super crisp and it's easier to maneuver, that's going to be awesome.
Yeah, for sure. We've got iAmDEV wants to come up and say a few words. So how are you, buddy?
Hey, thank you so much. I am doing well. I hope you guys are doing good as well tonight. I honestly, I don't know how I saw this space, but I mean, I'm a gamer and I love music and all that kind of stuff too. So I'm just like, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna pop in here. But when you said the stuff about integrating something for music for DJing, I was like, oh, dude, I literally just tweeted out about this the other day because I'm like, I had a friend try and give me some feedback on whether or not playing music through like my speakers was good enough, and it was not. But I was like, dude, like seriously, how are they not on this already? And maybe they are and they're just not saying anything. But like even for like a Spotify premium user or something who is able to host, it would be so nice to be able to like DJ a space, like put some music on in the background. But I was like, seriously, one of the things that I love is when you start a space and you've got that background music. I'm like, they definitely need to give the option to restart that music when say space drops down to just the host, because like small people like me, I would have to restart the space from scratch to get that music going again. But I've always wanted to DJ. I did like a shadow of a local radio station when I was in high school here in town. So a little while ago now, probably like a decade, but I still have
Nice.
that love for it, and I'm like, yes, we need to get that going here somehow.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like, I'll even play I'll even play it again because I played it a little bit earlier in the episode because we've got a few more listeners now. But one thing I want to try to implement is like a bit of like intro music when we sort of start the space, sort of build a bit of hype. But this is the intro music I've got going at the moment, so I'm going to play it through my phone and just tell me what you guys reckon. Try to build a bit of like, get pumped, get happy vibes.
And where did you?
And then we sort of
Where'd you play that through?
And that was through my phone and just like playing through like my external microphone, which I'm speaking to you through now. So I know the sound quality is probably not fantastic, but at least it's better than nothing.
Exactly. I know it was there. I was vibing.
It was not bad. It was good.
Good. And then like sort of start playing with that, and then you can sort of lead into like a nice big intro, like, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you might be in the world. This is VeVe Wednesdays, brought to you by the VeVe Collective, and I'm your host, Ozman Collect 63.
You didn't practice that.
And we are just absolutely not. No, that was totally natural.
I love the code. You're a natural.
I try to be a natural when I'm not stuttering every 10 seconds.
Yeah, stuttering is totally human. Some people, have it for life. But dude, yeah, you're awesome, and thank you for letting me pop up and say my little bit about the integration, because they really do need to get on that.
Yeah, for sure, man. Like, let's start tweeting to Elon, like, stop messing around with like Dogecoin and all these other silly little things, and give us some soundboards.
Hell yeah. Alex, do you do this at the same time, like same day, like same time, like every week?
Yes, sir. Yeah, we try and stay as consistent as we possibly can. We're up to episode 13 now, so we try and do these spaces every Wednesday from 8 p.m. to about 10ish p.m. Every week on Wednesdays, Pacific Standard Time. The only reason I say 10 p.m. ish is because I'm purely dictated by my kids, because right now it is just gone past 4:30 in the morning here in the UK where I'm based, and I'm dictated by whether they get up or not. So if they're asleep, I'll keep things going, and if they're awake, then I'm summoned away and have to end the space.
What? So, it's 4 a.m. and you're up. You sound like so chipper. You sound like it's like noon and like you're good.
Yeah,
amazing.
Well, mate, I'm one of those crazy people that get up at like stupid o'clock. A normal get up time for me is 3:30 in the morning, because basically it's the only time during the day where I get any peace and quiet to myself. Because any father out there in the crowd will probably know that as soon as your family gets up, your day and time is basically chewed up by them. So this is my nice little chill out time on Wednesdays, or being Thursday morning here for me. So I do the spaces, or just in a normal day for me, I get up, make some coffee, I get about an hour and a half's worth of workout in, and just chill, read emails, read news, send some messages, and then my family gets up and then we do breakfast.
I'll say this, like having you host this space, and this is no offense to anybody else, it's kind of refreshing, at least for me, right? Like, because like this is like, I think this is one of my first times in here. It's refreshing to hear somebody else. And I think when there is somebody else, it brings the rest of us like the regulars, right? Like or the junkies rather, kind of like in here, and we're well behaved, right? Like everyone's kind of listening and kind of like feeling it out. And I love that though. Like I really like that. I feel like you bring such a great dynamic. So keep doing this, man. This is awesome for real.
Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate that, and I appreciate you enjoying the space. I mean, that always makes it that little bit more worthwhile for me. Like, when I know everyone's enjoying what we're throwing down.
Oh, I know what it's like.
But I mean, like I do like highly recommend as well. Like, if anyone is struggling in their life to try and find time to pursue their projects, or just get a bit of you time, you don't have to wake up at like stupid o'clock like I do. But even if you just wake up just like an hour earlier than you normally do, it can make a massive difference in the long run.
Yeah, and I will say that, you know, I used to listen to Spaces quite a bit, and I stopped for a while, but I remember Dave and a few others, and man, sometimes it got like Jerry Springer in those Spaces, but I always found it very entertaining. But yeah, it seems like so far with the WebV Wednesdays, we've been doing this 13 weeks straight, and we're just someone new every time comes up and shares their story, and we're getting to know people every week, and people have been very well behaved. And if they're not, then they get booted by the biggest bro. So he's the bouncer for WebV, and you know he's had to kick a couple people out so far, but for the most part, it's been really civil and just a lot of fun chatting about collecting and all things, you know, Marvel and VeVe and etc.
Yeah, and that's what the space is all about. Like, you know, us just hanging together, like, you know, just sharing stories, just like, you know, chilling. And it actually is quite good to get the odd troll here and there because, like, you know, it sort of mixes things up and like adds a bit of humor to it.
Yes.
But you're right. But you're right. I mean, like, so far every episode's been different. Every episode's been unique. We've had all sorts of different speakers like throughout our 13 episode run. We've had everyone from who have we had? We've had obviously My Collectibles is got a big channel in the space. Thanks for coming back, mate. Thanks for listening. We've also had VeVe Investments as well. He's also got a lot of content as well that everyone should check out. And then some other bigger names we've had, like in the past. We've even had the honor of having Mr. Frank Kozak grace us with an episode. He came in and spoke a little bit about one of his projects before his unfortunate passing. So yeah, big shout out to Frank Kozak, and again pay my respects to him. And we've also had other big people, like, you know, we've had Trevor Dietz drop in a couple of times and drop us a bit of info about what's been going on in McFarlane and a few other projects he's been dealing with, and always an entertaining fella. Of course, we've had, like, you know, MPAX as well. I can see in the audience, mate. Thanks for coming back. It's always fun to talk to about what's happening, like, you know, in the card space or Snap or Marvel Snap if anyone's playing that. And yeah, it's just so far it's been a really, really great experience just being able to interact with everybody.
It feels like it's brand new for me, and I just like thank you, like for real. I swear I feel like I'm in like I'm not in Twitter space, like it's like I'm experiencing it for the first time in a way. So like yeah, I like it a lot.
Oh, great. That's what I want to hear.
And I will add that, you know, if anybody is here for the first time or first couple times and you're curious about how some of our old spaces have gone, we put it up on YouTube and Spotify. So, you know, I don't know exactly what the schedule is, but at some point later this week, we'll have it up on YouTube so you can catch up if you ever missed a week or whatever. So that's another cool thing about this is if we ever miss part of the conversation, we can always go back and check it out.
That's it. Provided we hit the record button.
Exactly. That happened once.
That's happened once. That's one of the reasons why we've got an episode 10/11 episode, because we had one episode where I stupidly didn't realize it wasn't recording, and we had an amazing episode where we had giveaways and we had amazing speakers, and it was fantastic. And at the end of it, I went to go process it and realized the record button was not going, and I was furious with myself. So we make that a very special habit now to make sure that that record button is going. But like Dino said, if you ever missed the start of the conversation or jumped in late, the replays are always on Spotify and on the WebV Collective's YouTube channel. And I do try and have them out in a timely fashion, but sometimes I do, you know, life gets in the way and they do come out a little bit later than normal. But yeah, say if you haven't already, subscribe to the YouTube channel, so WebV Collective, and yeah, you'll be able to hit that notification bell, and you'll know when they're there.
Yeah, and another aspect of this is we want to support people in the community, people who make content. You know, it takes a lot of time and effort, creative energy to make content. So we're all about supporting each other. Evolved has a channel, check his out. Hinano and D have a channel, the Real Uncommon Podcast. My Collectibles, obviously. The Biggest Bro is on with Kid Arcade every Sunday. So, you know, Double Quill writes an amazing writer, has a blog. Check that out. MPAX does a space every Tuesday and has a YouTube channel. So there's just so many creators, and I hope I didn't miss anybody, but there's so many creators in the VeVe community, a lot of creative minds that dedicate their time and energy to doing that. And that's one of the things about WebV is we want to support each other.
Yeah, for sure. That's it. Because it's a big space. Like, we're all just enjoying this journey together and just seeing where everything goes. All right. So what else has been happening in the world? Let's have a look. Let me have a look over my little notes list here. Let's get into some film and TV news. Has anyone seen the trailer for the new Kraven the Hunter movie?
I have not.
D, what's up?
Nope.
I just saw that you're on speaker.
Oh yeah, D's got a hand up. D, how are you today?
Hey fellas, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good, good. Hey, can you guys hear me okay?
Yep.
Yeah. We got you.
Okay, I just wanted to come up and say hey, and you guys were talking about content and supporting people. I know you're trying to move on to the next thing, but
That's all right.
I wanted to shout out because usually when someone comes up to speak and I don't really know them that well, I kind of go into their profile and just kind of check them out. So I did that for iAmDEV, and he's got some merchandise that he does. He's got his Open Minds Collective. So he's got some stuff on Etsy. It's pretty cool, like inspirational t-shirts and stuff. So yeah, go check them out.
Oh yeah, I'm looking at it here myself. Like, oh yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, thank you so much. I did not expect that at all, and yeah, no, seriously, that means the world to me that you just did that. I have a really hard time trying to promote my own stuff, and especially in like a new space. So yeah, thank you so much for doing that.
Yeah, man, that's what we're all here for. To just support and by word of mouth or tweets and stuff. Like your stuff could just take off. So we're just here to support each other.
Yeah, I am Dev. Did you want to say a few words about what you're into, mate?
Yeah, sure.
Not to put you on the spot.
Yeah, obviously, if you feel comfortable, of course.
Yeah.
If not, well, then it's all
I
good.
definitely would feel comfortable doing that. So I guess I typically like to keep my replies on a space short. So if I might have a little bit of like a moment, I won't try and keep it too short. But basically, back in December, my girlfriend and I found out that we were pregnant, and we are now 2 months out. So my son DYOR will be born in late August, and this prompted me to start a personal branding journey because I had been watching some people on YouTube and seeing some people doing some stuff on Twitter, and my boss had actually. After I went to him, after we found out, he denied me a raise for like the third time in, I think it was like a year and a half. And the first time it was for a really good reason. It was like, cost of living and stuff like that. Like we moved out of my girlfriend's parents' house. He said, no, wait 6 months. I basically got stonewalled each time, and then the final time when I had told him we were having a baby, and he said no, I was kind of like, that's like the final straw for me, because I was bringing in $1.5 million a year for this company, and they didn't want to pay me anything more than $27,000. So I started this journey, and the first branch of this ended up being my Open Minds Collective Etsy shop, because I'm an artist and I do like to create a lot. What's funny about all of it is that I originally started all of this stuff maybe a few months before we found out on Facebook, and I was creating content and reels there, and they they actually demonetized my account because of a song that I put in one of the videos that I used or that I made. And it was a recommended song by Facebook. Like, they're like, hey, use this track. So I used it, and they're like, oh, you used a copyrighted track, so we're going to demonetize you for a month. And so I was kind of disheartened from being a creator at that time, because I was just like, at any moment Facebook can just be like, you know what, we're going to take that ability away from you. But I still saw like the potential for making money. Like when I made my first, like, it was like $11. Like I made 3 cents 1 month, and then that 3 cents went to $11. When it went to $11, I was like, dudes, like I could do this. Like I could keep going and make my money. So after they did that, and then once we found out about my baby, I was like, I'm going to actually pursue this, and I'm going to figure out how to do it without, someone else being the one who is giving me my check. So I learned a lot, and then one of the things that I learned was that we should create a independent stream of income. So I was like, well, let me look for different options, and that's what led me to that first branch, which was the Etsy shop. And I basically use a print on demand service. So I was like, this is really cool. Like I can just put my art and things that I love on shirts, and I love to design stuff. So I was like, I'll make sure that it looks right. I did that, and in the first month that I had that shop open, I made $100, and I was like, this is awesome. Like, I really want to do this. Like, so I I'm not the type of person who wants to create just to make money. I'm like, I was inspired to do the Etsy shop because I bought a shirt. This is kind of funny. I bought a shirt at JCPenney's like maybe a couple years ago now. And the shirt had the words "Don't give up" on it. And it was like it was just like a sign for me at the time. So I was like, oh, I really needed this. And I was like, I need this. I'm gonna buy this shirt because you just never know if it'll be there if you go back. And so I still have that shirt. It's getting pretty faded at this point, but I I was like, I'm gonna do my own version of that shirt. And then because of the things that I love, like conversation and space and games and all that kind of stuff, like I'm just like, I know that our minds are really important, like our thoughts are very important. Stoic philosophy is a big part of my life. And um so I was like, I'm gonna create a brand that helps people. And that's like basically what, you know, shot out the Open Minds Collective brand on Etsy, because I wanted to make shirts and stuff that would help people, whether it be a reminder for them or the people in front or behind them. And yeah, I'm just like I said, I'm 2 months out from my son being born, and I'm working a job that, like, I don't really care for now. It was nice in the beginning because I had the freedom to drive. Like, basically, I'm a street sweeper, so I just go to lots and I sweep them up.
Right.
But my boss fired somebody, and then my 4-day work week went to 5 days, which, typically is not that bad, but the shifts are 12-hour shifts, and it's like
Oof.
extremely taxing. So in my free time still, I'm trying to find the energy to both, make these baby appointments, which I've made every one. And to me, that makes me really happy because I want to be there for my girlfriend, and I want to be there for my son. But I know that with like the way things are going, I'm just like, I'm probably not going to be home very much. And that kind of sucks, but I can't let that like fear like rule my decision making from day to day. And I'm still out here trying to grow my brand and just do what I can to keep going, like, and not give up on what I'm trying to do. Like, I like to write as well, so I just recently started writing on Medium. And I because of my personal branding journey, I know how to repurpose my content. So I've been like, I decided I was going to write my article, post it there, then I'd post it to my newsletter, and then I would also record the article so I could post that to my Spotify podcast. And then it's funny, I did a YouTube recording as well, but somehow it didn't catch the audio. So I had uploaded it last night, and somebody told me today that it didn't have audio, so I had to take it down, and I'm planning on redoing it. But yeah, basically my whole goal is to be able to create streams of income for a way to work from home and spend all of the time that I can with my son and his mother so that I can raise an open-minded human being, because like I just feel like the world needs more of that. And once I get to that point, like I'm not going to stop. Like I want to help other people, and like even along the way I'm trying to help people, and I don't really get the opportunity to help as often as like I would love to, like because I love to solve other people's problems. I don't know what it is about me, but like I love to help. So yeah, that's basically it. Like the shop has like I think something like 19 or 20 different things on there right now, but I because of that first month that I was selling on there, I was able to get an annual subscription to it, so that I could host as many different things as I wanted on there. So I'm basically working on something right now, that just has the message never giving up on there, because it's been popping up a lot in my writing and my reading, and that's like those are the things that I feel like sharing with people. So yeah, I think at this point I might just ramble on about my whole life story. So
No, wow, what a story and what a vision. Can I get a big, like, clap for iAmDEV? I would do a clapping sound effects. Obviously, I've got no support. Thank you.
thank you.
Wow, mate, that is an amazing story, and also being a father of two myself. Let me just say congratulations to the to the coming birth of your son. So it's going to be an amazing time in your life. And, I'll say this right now: you're going to cry. So brace yourself, because you're going to cry like a baby.
Bro, I cry at everything. Like, I mean, I don't know if any of you guys watched the Orville, but I don't know if there's a single episode that hasn't made me cry. Like, I'm like, geez. Yeah, I'm very excited to cry at the birth of my son for sure.
No, that's great, man. And yeah, just keep going, mate. Just keep that vision going. Yeah, just as you said, Blake, no, don't give up. And so let that be your goal. Let that be what you want to strive towards. And that's what the space is all about, like, helping to support each other. So I encourage everybody to check out his Twitter, check out the Spotify, actually check out the Spotify podcast as well. Check out the Etsy shop if that's something you want to get on board with. Check it out, and yeah, let's try and support everybody in the space best we can.
If it's something that would make it easier for people, I could post a link to the shop down in the little bubble down there.
Yeah, can do. Yeah, why not?
Thank you so much.
Yeah, not a problem, mate. I mean, like that. Like I said, that's what the space is all about. Like, just connecting with everybody and helping everybody in the collecting journey, or even in their personal lives. We're basically just got to help each other out.
Yeah, I just want to say that congratulations on the coming of your son, and just, yeah, super inspiring story. And thank you. Like, this is the first time that you have met us, and you felt comfortable to open up and share that. And that's really inspiring to me. And I know it's inspiring to a lot of people, the way that you've kind of built yourself up and learned skills and put yourself out there. And I got to say, man, I mean, you have a really cool voice. I think that whatever you decide to do in the audio realm is going to work for you. And yeah, I just think I mean, you can tell you're a super creative guy, and you're taking the risk, and you're doing it for a good reason, to give your family a better life and to help other people down the road. So yeah, I just appreciate what you're doing and sharing all that with us. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much, you guys. Like, if my cup wasn't already full, it's now overflowing. So I may have to empty it out a little bit to learn some new stuff here, but
My brother,
like,
if you're making $1.5 million for a company and they're only paying you $27,000, you made the right move. Good job. Seriously.
Yep.
That's insane.
thank you. Thank you so much.
All right. Well, thank you, iAmDEV. I mean, like, yeah, what a story. So yeah, like I said before, if we can support him in any way, check out the Spotify, check out the Etsy shop, and yeah, let's, if that's something you're into, yeah, give him as much support as we possibly can. So I think how about we switch gears a little bit now, and like we sort of get into some maybe some film and TV news. So yeah, like I was saying before, has anyone seen the new Kraven the Hunter trailer? So it's coming in October of this year, I believe. So DYNO Evolved, you guys seen it at all?
I have not.
No, I haven't yet. I got to check it out.
No, it looks good. It's basically it's another Sony attempt at establishing their multiverse. So it's like it's from first a glance, it's got a lot of like Morbius vibes to it. Like it looks good, the action looks good, but the story looks a little bit weak. Has anyone else seen it in the crowd? Like, can I see a raise of hands at all? I'll take that as a no. Okay, well, it looks like it's just going to be me talking about it.
10-second delay.
So yeah, more or less,
delay, Alex.
That's it. 10-second delay. That's it. So I'll just give you like a basic brief rundown. I mean, if anybody if anyone's familiar with the character of Kraven the Hunter, is basically Sergei Kravinoff. So he's from the Spider-Man universe. Key figure of the Sinister Six. And yeah, he's basically regarded as the greatest hunter of the world. So he's got like superhuman strength, speed, agility, all sorts of stuff, which I believe off the top of my head, because I haven't done any research on this at all. I'm just purely going off what I can remember. Is that it's all he takes a special like elixir and special potions and stuff to give him all these abilities. And yeah, he basically just likes to hunt things from all over the world. And he sort of gets to the point where he's hunted everything and anything on the planet, and he sort of feels that Spider-Man is like his last great challenge. And in the VeVe app, we do also have the Kraven's Last Hunt 6 comic run, which is a very good read. Apparently, I've only got into the first comic because life. But yeah, but as for the movie itself, the main bloke who plays Kraven is actually the guy who did Quicksilver in the Avengers. I can't remember his name off the top of my head. I believe it is Aaron something. And yeah, basically it looks really good. So if you haven't seen it already, I do encourage you to go check it out. It looks entertaining. But it does have Russell Crowe in it as well, which I was a little bit about, considering of his performance from Thor: Love and Thunder was horrible when he played Zeus. Yeah, which I was not happy about at all. But yeah, that's basically it on the film and TV front.
Wait, didn't they, Alex? I saw recently that there was I maybe I'm making this up. I don't want to be making it up, but did somebody leak Spider-Man? Like, I feel like the Spider-Man movie was on Twitter the other day, or maybe something like that.
No, I personally haven't seen anything about Spider-Man.
Yeah. Anybody, like, somebody tell me I'm not crazy. I feel like somebody posted a link and said, watch it while it's available or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah. Is Zendaya in the movie?
I have no idea. I don't think so.
And I could be completely making this up. My fault.
No, that's all good, mate. But one thing we do have that I can confirm is we have the start of the Secret Invasion on Disney Plus with Samuel Jackson coming back as Nick Fury.
Nice.
Now I'm sure everybody's sort of seen that one, because that was the first thing I did when I finished work yesterday. Is I jumped straight on Disney Plus and got straight into it. Obviously, I won't say any spoilers or anything.
Hey,
but
real quick, I did want to confirm what Dave was saying about.
Yep.
I follow a couple guys on YouTube, Everything Always, and I forgot the other one, but they're pretty big in terms of following. And this guy says breaking Spider-Man leaked Captain America 4 Brave New World scene. So I don't know if it had something to do with that, or if you were specifically talking about Kraven, but he's pretty reliable in terms of sharing everything that has to do with Marvel, and so that's one of the headlines.
That's it.
And then it also, he talks about Kraven the Hunter trailer, Easter egg breakdown, and Spider-Man 4 Sinister Six. So he linked those two. I obviously haven't watched the video yet, but those are, that's a really good guy to check out for rumors and news and stuff like that.
Okay, yeah, I'm just doing a quick Google now, and to say I was sort of seeing it come up now, saying he's going to possibly show up in Brave New World, which is the new Captain America movie. So that could be cool.
I like it. I like it.
Mm.
The more Spider-Man, the better, in my opinion. So that's just how I feel.
Oh, for sure. I mean, and also I read as well that apparently Tom Holland's going to be taking a bit of a break from acting as well after whatever he's doing now. So that also leads to another speculation that if Tom Holland steps down as Spider-Man, then who's going to fill his boots?
Miles Morales, baby.
That's the one. Because obviously, like, you know, I'm sure it's been long enough now that most people have seen Across the Spider-Verse now with the new Miles Morales movie, which is, if you haven't seen it in cinemas, I highly recommend you do, because it is brilliant. It is really one roller coaster ride of animation, action, pace, a lot of cool like little Easter eggs in there as well. And if you're a big Spider-Man fan, you are just going to go nuts watching it. But yeah, they obviously leave it off for another movie. But there's been a lot of speculation in the past that Miles Morales is going to make his debut in the MCU in some dramatic fashion. So that could possibly be coming in the future.
Still need to see it, but yeah, everything that I've heard from too many people at this point is that it's an amazing movie, and people are very bullish on the future of Miles Morales, not just in the current capacity, but also in a potential MCU. And yeah, they'd be stupid not to, as long as they've got the rights and all that.
Look at look at pop culture right now. Like you go to like a Burger King, there's like Miles Morales like Whoppers, like with like the buns, they're red. You know what I mean? Like it's ingrained now. Like the Miles thing is like, and the way I see it is like, this is the beginning of the Miles reign right now. Like it's like the passing of the torch.
Yeah, for sure. And we've got Shadow who wants to come up and say a few words. Shadow NYC, thanks for jumping up on stage, bud. How are you?
Hey, I'm doing good. Hope everyone's having a good night. Just got out of work and I was tuning in. I overheard you guys speaking about the Spider-Man, Tom Holland taking a break. I feel like they could do so many things now, especially with that last movie with Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield. Like, it could go so many ways. Like, for example, I think Andrew Garfield didn't have like Venom in his movie. Like, it just could go so many ways. And in regards to the Miles Morales Spider-Man, definitely could see that happening as well. My theory, it's probably everyone else's theory, is that I don't know if you guys remember the Doctor Strange movie, how when they were going through different universes or dimensions, they went through a cartoon one and an animated one. I could totally see Miles Morales in a future movie just accidentally ending up in our universe, like IRL. I feel like that would be the way to go with it.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like, I definitely saw that as well. Like, you know, when he's going through like all the different like little multiverses, and he goes through that one like of color. That I was the same, going, ooh, that's the Miles Morales one. So, I mean, that is also another fan theory as well. I read that at one point that because like portals are like opening up all over the place, kind of like what happened with Venom at the end of the last Venom movie, how he got sucked into like, you know, the 616 universe. They could do something similar with like sort of Miles Morales. So saying like, you know, he'd be like, you know, chilling with Gwen or whatever he's doing at the time, and then all of a sudden just get sucked into a portal, and all of a sudden he's in the 616 universe, or the main one. So I was like, that could be a cool way to introduce him into the MCU.
Yeah, I'm glad you also caught that. I feel like not many people caught that, but yeah, that was a nice addition. Also with you know, no spoilers like Venom, you know, but yeah, thank you for having me up here. By the way, this is the first time I think I joined the space, and I'm happy to see that we got comics, gaming, and film. It's really awesome to see that we got spaces like that, and not just like, you know, crypto and NFT projects, spaces. We got a mix of everything in here.
Yeah, for sure, man. I mean, like that's what it's all about. Like, just bit of pop culture, a bit of fandom. So just sort of getting back to the love of collecting. Like, yeah, we basically just have a nice chilled session. No FUD or negativity or anything like that. Obviously, constructive criticism is always welcomed. But yeah, we basically just chat about everything. So yeah, and Shadow, thank you for coming up. Yeah, it is your first time up here with us, and I've seen you promoting our spaces on Twitter as well, and I greatly appreciate that. So tell us a little bit about you. Like, what's been your experience in the in the NFT space or collecting or pop culture, or what are you into, mate?
Well, just a little bit about me. Well, I'm from New York, and I got into the NFT space maybe like a year and a half ago. I'm really more into like art stuff, photography. The community I have right now is I'm a holder of a clone. Those are the guys that are partnered with like Nike. No shilling, but I'm really big into the comic NFTs. That's like what I feel like I'm really into. VeVe, of course. I already collect physical comics. I got into comics like 3 years ago, and then when I saw VeVe come up with comics in their app, I was like, I got to get these, especially the Grails. There's a lot of Grails that are undervalued on there. But
Yeah.
that's a little bit about me. Yeah, thank you for having me. Appreciate.
Oh my pleasure, Shadow, mate. You're always welcome to come up and speak to us, or just hang in our space if you just want to listen in the background. That's always cool, and that's the same for anybody who's in our space. Like, if you just want to hang in the back and listen, that's all good. But if you want to come up and say a few words, you're more than welcome to as well. So it's a safe space, and it's always fun for someone to contribute their little 2 cents to the conversation as well, because always makes the space that little bit more interesting and more unique. Like, the more different perspectives and different opinions we get in the space, because it can sometimes just get a little bit stale, just like me talking with our co-hosts like DYNO or something like that.
Hey, who you calling stale?
Nah, I'm calling me stale.
I'm just kidding, man. Yeah, thank you for sharing, Shadow. Really cool, and yeah, I appreciate that you're here for the fandom. That's something that I've grown to really love, is the fandom and the community, and that's what gives this thing true value to the people who are here for the right reasons. And there's something for everyone in the space of NFTs and stuff, but I think what really is going to create long-lasting relationships and give us more fulfillment is to get to know awesome people and to engage with the fandoms that we love. So appreciate what you said.
Thank you. Hey, if you guys are ever in New York, you want a tour, have drinks, I'm here. Shoot me a message. That's for everyone. I'm happy to always support as well. So yeah.
We're in New York.
Yeah, well, thank that, Shadow. Yeah, well, thanks for that, Shadow. Appreciate it, mate. I mean, obviously, I'm not going to be able to join you for drinks anytime soon, because I'm over here on the other side of the world, here in Bristol, in England. But yeah, like I say, if anyone else is in the New York area, yeah, hit up Shadow. So if we can try and get some more interactions outside of Twitter and VeVe in the spaces, that's also a good thing as well.
Hey, I'll be the personal photographer for anyone. I take photos. Just throwing that out there. If you guys are interested in checking out some photography, I'll be uploading that as well.
Oh, cool, sweet. Is that on your Twitter?
Sorry, say that again.
Is that going to be on your Twitter, or do you have a website or something that you upload to?
Oh, it's mostly on my Twitter. I'm currently working on my portfolio this year, but I do have some photos on there that I upload. I like to take cityscapes, and I've recently gone into portraits. So if you guys are into that kind of stuff, feel free to check it out.
Oh, wicked. And NFL, you got your hands up, mate. So you want to throw something in?
Yeah, I was just curious, Shadow. Where in New York are you? Like Brooklyn, Bronx, Queens?
So I moved out from, where the West Village is at?
Yeah. So I was born and raised in Brooklyn.
Oh man, okay. So Yeah, I just moved out of the West Village. I'm not in the city no more, but I am like 40 minutes away from it. I'm around Hicksville, if you know where that's at. That's like a Queens
I
kind of
do.
area.
I bet you got a much bigger apartment for the amount of money you were spending in the West Village.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, it's very expensive in the West Village. That's like it's very pricey.
That's awesome, man. Good stuff. Oh, Bitcoin back above 30,000. Just got the alert. This might be the little spark we need for a little bit of a bull run. We were at 25,000 2 days ago. Let's go.
Yeah, so bit of like, I suppose we can jump in a little bit of crypto news. Yeah, as everyone probably knows, all the crypto people out there, yeah, Bitcoin's above 30K now, so that's a nice little bit of positivity. I think there's been a lot of news about, like, big money players getting into the space and launching ETFs and things like that. So I think that's chucked a bit of hype into the market. So yeah, if you're into that and you're watching your portfolio rise, happy times. But of course, like, what we say on this channel is always not financial advice. So do what you want with your money, but yeah, just be careful with what you do, because 9 times out of 10, if these things go to the moon, chances are they're going to crash back to Earth. So just be cautious with what you do, and yeah, let's just enjoy the ride. Right, what else have we got in on my list of stuff to talk about? How about a bit of gaming news? Let's talk about gaming news. We got any gamers in the crowd?
I see Yo Steph talking like Steph. She's got the Nike Fortnite exclusive going on. I want to hear what's happening. Like, fill me in. I missed that buzz.
Right, yeah. I mean, I've seen, like, Nike's getting in with Fortnite as well. I'm personally not a big Fortnite player. I know very little about Fortnite. So if anyone's in the crowd and wants to share, by all means, go for it. Also, do a little shout out as well. We've still got a few more people joining us. Chris Savers, say thanks for joining, mate. Always a pleasure to have you listening in the background. Mint Hunter extraordinaire. So if I'm always getting those crazy mints. Oh, we've got Sleeping Comics has just jumped in as well. Sleeping, glad to have you here, buddy. So I hope you're keeping well, and really liked your last YouTube post about what's been going on in the in the markets and what everyone's been doing. So yeah, and also Poppy's listening in the background as well, mate. Glad to know you're doing well, and I know there's been a few things happening in the background there where you are. So I'm glad to know the family's doing well. Yeah. Oh, look who's jumped right in. We've got Trevor Dietz in the house. So thanks for jumping in again, Trevor. So I hope all's good with you and on your side of things. But yeah, we're just sort of getting into some gaming news. So I heard Trevor's ears sort of spark up, like, I said gaming news. But yeah, we just so we got Fortnite, who's got Nike coming in with their bits and bobs now. What else have I got here? Oh, I actually, this kind of relates to Blizzard, because I was sort of reading a article saying that because now that Diablo 4's out, there's a possibility that maybe StarCraft might get a revival. Which if there's anyone in the crowd who's ever played StarCraft growing up as a kid, was a massive esports game in Korea at one point. I think it still is. And yeah, that was one of my favorite games growing up, and just see them get, like, the Diablo 4 treatment or overhaul would be amazing. And also we also had VeVe have more photos with Ubisoft as well, so we could possibly see some more Ubisoft titles coming to the platform. But what's everyone's thoughts on that? What about you, Dino? You got any thoughts on that?
Truthfully, I don't. I used to game, but I don't anymore, and so I'm really out of the loop. But I think there's a lot of exciting news going on. How to interpret it, I'm not the best guy for that, but definitely exciting times.
That's it, unless it's Nintendo.
Pretty much, exactly.
So yes, that's some exciting news there. In the way of gaming, I mean, like me, I usually don't get much time to game at all. Like, having two small kids, like, they usually take up 90% of my time. Oh yeah, iAmDEV's got his hand up. Yeah, mate. What do you want to throw in the conversation?
Well, since you guys are talking about gaming, and I also heard my, favorite little tag there, someone here likes Nintendo. And I grew up on Nintendo, so it's like it's one of those things where it's a love-hate relationship at this point because I mean if it was me running the place, we'd have a lot of really great stuff, you guys, I'm telling you right now.
What's your
But
what's your favorite Nintendo game?
oh dude, my favorite Nintendo game pre this year was, and we're gonna go back to like, my childhood, not adult life, but if it was adult life it'd be Breath of the Wild, because Breath of the Wild freaking nailed it when it comes down to Zelda games. But growing up, um it would have either been Ocarina of Time or Metroid.
Ooh, nice.
I enjoy Mario, like that's one of the staples of Nintendo, obviously, but um as far as Mario games goes, it's Mario Galaxy, hands down. But there was a Nintendo Direct today or yesterday. I'm not sure when it was, but I just wanted to say that I'm super excited that during this Direct, my girlfriend even was like, I'm not interested unless they got a new Mario game. Well, they redid Mario RPG, Super
Do they
Mario.
now?
Yep. So, and it looks beautiful. I'm very excited for that. And we have a new 2D side scroller Mario called Super Mario Brothers Wonder. And I'm very, very excited about that, even though it seems a little trippy to me. There's like a talking flower and something called like a wonder seed that when you take a wonder seed, I mean, you straight up start tripping. It's like the tubes start moving like worms and stuff. Like it's looking like it's going to be a really good game though. So we're very excited that there's a new Mario game, like actual Mario game. So yeah, that's what I wanted to throw out there. If anybody else didn't know already, there are some new Marios coming.
That is, yeah, super super cool. I didn't realize that, but I'm looking it up now, and yeah, the game looks fantastic. And I don't know why, but it shows Mario as an elephant, so I think that
Oh
lends
my
to what you're
god,
saying.
yes,
Just
dude, the freaking elephant power up. Oh my gosh. I was just like, seriously, they are going out there with this stuff. But like, yeah.
Elephant power up. It's kind of makes sense, I guess. I mean, like you said, everything else, like what from like raccoons to cats,
Bumblebees,
bumblebees. Yeah,
penguin.
yeah. It's like yeah, sure. It's
yeah,
like
exactly.
let's just throw an elephant in there. Why not?
Yeah, I love it. So yeah, I'm very excited about that. And I hope you guys, whoever's Nintendo fans out there, I hope you're looking forward to it as well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll have
I'm
to
more
say.
of at this point a nostalgic Nintendo fan, but because yeah, I grew up on it as well, and I'd say my favorite is Super Smash Bros. That when that came out, that just my friends and I couldn't do anything else but play that. Um, but yeah, I know like some of my cousins that I just saw this weekend, they're still gamers and they have a Nintendo Switch, and I'm guessing that these games are coming out for the Switch.
Yeah, they'll be coming out for the Switch.
Yeah, so I don't
I don't know
have
why I
one,
didn't mention
but
Smash Bros. What's your character, bro?
what's that?
What's your favorite character to use in Smash Bros? Like, what's your go-to?
Don't say
Yeah,
Kirby.
I would always have to. What's that? Don't say. Yeah, Kirby was a cheat code. I would I would always use Mario. I mean, it sounds boring, but I liked his little uppercut, and yeah, it's just
Dude,
classic
his
character for me.
throw is
Mm.
OP.
Yeah, yeah, the little R trigger and swirls him around and throws him.
Yeah.
The little like where he spins on the top of your head. Yeah, he was fun to play with. I tried to be good with Pikachu, and it just never worked out. I couldn't time his little zap, uh, so that sucked. But yeah, I would say with Mario.
I was a avid Ness character because of his throw.
Ooh,
Yeah,
Oh
my
yeah.
my buddies would always be like, "You can't be Ness, dude. Be anybody but Ness." I'm like, "Come on, like that's my character. That's how I win."
So that's my jam.
you hit a lot of home runs with that bat that he had.
Oh yes,
Dude, that
that
was
that
that was
sound,
the way.
oh, it's perfect.
I know that I still hear that sound in my head because I was never good with Ness. It was kind of similar to Pikachu, like when he shot out that little thing and then you would wrap it around to boost you. I wasn't able to aim that correctly, so I was never him. Because like for me, I would get wrecked and just fall off the side, and I'd have to have someone who had a decent up move that was just easy to do. And but yeah, I mean, I got I was the ball in the home run more times than I can count, and I remember that sound distinctly.
If we get the ability to import sounds into our soundboard, that'll be one that I put in mind for sure. That home run.
There you go.
That'd be
I like
great.
it.
Okay. Oh, we've got Trevor come up the stage. We want to say a few words, or trying to get up to the stage. I don't think the system wants to let him.
I just let him up. Sorry, I was sleeping on that.
No, that's all right.
Great co-host I am.
You're a great co-host. So you're doing an amazing job, Dino. So thank you again for helping me run this this Twitter space. So which is always a lot of fun. So interacting with everybody. I hope everyone's having a good time in there listening to us, enjoying our conversations. Obviously, if you're just tuning in, so we basically talk all things like Marvel, comics, gaming, film, TV, just general chill space. We just sort of talk a little bit about everything really. And so the rate we've been going tonight. But yeah, this is VeVe Wednesdays, brought to you by the VeVe Collective. We try and stay as consistent as we possibly can every Wednesday, so 8 p.m. till 10 p.m. ish Pacific Standard Time every week. And yeah, so far we've been having a good conversation about gaming, comics, and all sorts of bits and pieces. But I've got about another good half hour left in me before I have to start listening out for my little one stirring upstairs, because it is getting towards 5:30 in the morning here in the UK, and yeah, my kids decide to get up anywhere between now and 7 o'clock. So, but we'll keep the space going for as long as we can.
And I don't know what happened to Trevor. I allowed him to come up, but he might have got rubbed. But there he goes.
Oh,
Let him up now.
He's trying. Elon's not letting him in.
He should be here now.
How are you, Trevor?
Yo.
Hey, what's
I was
up?
running all over the place. I just got home from dinner. And I'm here now.
Oh. Got something nice?
Yeah, I got Mexican food. It was pretty good.
Oh, Mexican. Yeah, you can't go wrong with Mexican.
Nope.
Can't go wrong.
Especially not in LA.
Yeah, nice.
Oh, yeah.
So we get burrito,
as far as the
say
United
nachos.
States, Southern California.
Yeah.
Hey.
No, it was what did I get? It was like how do you describe it? It's basically like carne asada.
Ah, nice. So how's things with you, Trevor? How's life?
It's good. Right now I am downloading for the first time ever. I got a Final Fantasy game. Final Fantasy 16 just came out, and usually not my type of game. Like this, this will be the first Final Fantasy I've ever played. And it's like, but all the reviews, it was funny because everything that they said, long-term fans of the series will be disappointed because the gameplay is full-on action RPG and the levels are much more linear and focused than before. And I'm like, that's literally exactly what this game was missing. Like, I like action. They basically said it feels a lot more like God of War or
Okay.
or Devil May Cry, and that makes sense because apparently the combat director on this game was from the recent Devil May Cry games. So it's like if that's who they're pulling from and that's what this is supposed to feel like, I'm going to be a hell of a lot more into it. So yeah, I'm going to try it out, and we'll see how much a weird weeaboo melodrama I can deal with before it crazy.
Yeah, right. So they've got rid of like the sort of like the turn-based system completely, and they've just gone like for the sort of free flow, like God of War style. Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, like the whole turn-based thing, like is kind of a bit dated now, really, isn't it?
Well, I wouldn't say it's dated. There's still plenty of great turn-based strategy games out there. I think, I mean, some of the stuff coming out of the for Fire Axis and those studios have done an incredible job at keeping that concept alive. But it's like, there's no doubt it's not usually my thing. I prefer, like, if I want to sit down, I want to play, like, I like twitchier action games and silly stuff like that. That's more what I'm into.
Okay.
And then yeah, like, that's kind of, I play two kind, basically I play that, or I play like, I play like action game shooters, or complete opposite direction, I played like Roller Coaster Tycoon and like simmy games like that, like creative
Oh, cool.
sims.
Okay. Yeah, cool. Like the basically like play God type games.
Yeah. I mean, that's I wouldn't call it Roller Coaster Tycoon. It's more of a business sim.
Yeah.
But I love that fucking game so much.
I love that game, dude. I grew up playing that. It was so fun. Just yeah, I like, my mind works that way, so I like those type of games.
If you're into the original OG Roller Coaster Tycoons and you own both of them on Steam, I highly recommend downloading this thing. It's a mod called OpenRCT2, and it basically combines both. It's one of the best supported mods in the world, actually. It combines both 1 and 2 into a single, like, menu and a single flow. They added multiplayer. They've added new rides as the industry has progressed. They've added, like, more modern roller coaster concepts that, like, didn't exist when the first games came out 20 years ago. Like, they added the new, like, hybrid style roller coaster, single rail coasters, stuff like that. And, like, they add new, like, as rides start being able to do more stuff, like more and more like elements and stuff like that, they add those elements back onto the other rides. It's very well supported. It's very cool.
Dude, that sounds amazing. Okay, so you said OpenRCT2, right?
Yeah, just look it up. If you're into Roller Coaster
Okay.
Tycoon, it is like the definitive way to play Roller Coaster Tycoon.
Okay, because I have Steam, but like I said, I've been dormant in gaming, but I like those type of games. It's so nostalgic to me. So I'm gonna check that out. Thank you.
Yeah. Have you played did you ever have you played City Skylines, or do you like SimCity kind of games?
Oh man, I remember SimCity very vaguely, and I never played City Skylines. Is that what you call it? City
Yeah.
Skylines?
I only mention it because
know.
it's like my other, like, it's like the other shit that I'm like super into right now.
Well,
Okay, yeah, I'm looking it up right now.
Now I'll tell you one that I used to play a lot of back in the day was Theme Hospital. Did anyone ever play Theme Hospital?
Yeah, I remember Theme Hospital. Well, I played more Sim Theme Park, but I remember Theme Hospital as well.
Oh, Theme Hospital was great. I mean, like, you sort of like basically put your hospital together, and you have to, like, sort of like treat all your patients, and you get like all these people coming with like all these like weird diseases, like inflatable heads and like no like bones, so they come in like as like rubber people, or they come in as like radioactive people because they've been exposed to radiation or something like that. But it was another fun like sort of sim type game, and that was one that I spent probably 90% of my time on.
That's funny. No, I remember that one. I played that one. It's been a long time, but yeah, I'm familiar with that one as well. It's a fun genre. It's kind of there's really only a couple games in the genre now. Like City Skylines is probably the most notable one in the genre. But like, yeah, people have like, I guess the Planet Coaster as well is another one that's like pretty big right now. But yeah, I love that shit. Those are arguably my favorite kind of games. Put more hours into those than almost anything else.
Yeah, I'm just having a look at City Skylines now because, again, I'm not familiar with it. Wow, yeah, it looks really nice. So it's basically like, it's more or less like SimCity, but with like, updated graphics and like all more up to date type thing.
Yeah, and they're coming out with the sequel later this year, so I'm like excited. I'm like pretty hyped for that.
Yeah, no, it looks nice. Yeah, because I used to play a little bit of the like the original SimCity games as well back in the day. Like, actually SimCity was one of the first games I had on my original Super Nintendo when I first got it, and I used to love that game.
Yeah, it's
funny enough, that's the first game that, like, aside from Nintendo games with my mom, I remember being in daycare, and they had like a computer. I don't know if it was like a freaking Windows 95 or 96 or whatever, but that was the first game that I remember playing because of the tornadoes that you could like spawn into the city. Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, fun times, especially like when you could have like when the monster crashing through your city like turned out to be Bowser. I think that was quite entertaining as well.
Dude, I totally forgot about the monster.
Fun times. Oh, Shadow.
Speaking about, yeah, hey, sorry. Speaking
That's
about
right.
gaming, are you guys ready for that Spider-Man game, that new one?
Me, no, but it looks really nice.
It looks amazing. I don't know if anyone in here has seen that trailer, but
So it's a new Spider-Man game. I see on YouTube Shorts all the time of people doing the Miles Morales where they jump off the building and then they do like a hands behind his head and stuff like that. I guess it was a challenge or something because there were tons of videos. But so this is the new version of that, I'm guessing, right?
not that, but Sony, I think PlayStation is gonna get a new Spider-Man 2 game, and it has Venom, it has Peter Parker and Miles Morales together. But
Yeah, just
Okay, I'm looking it up right
just from
now.
what I've seen, like from what I've seen from like some of the videos, like on YouTube and whatnot. But yeah, this looks absolutely amazing. Like it's just crazy, like some of the stuff they can produce, like with the graphics these days. Also, compared to some like the stuff that like some of us grew up with, like back in the day, like it's compared to like the original Nintendo or Super Nintendo, like just come leaps and bounds, and like in the time between then and now.
It's crazy, and it's amazing how good the tools are. Like, if you're interested in that space and want to learn it, like, it's amazing how much how far an individual can get, just building in those tools if they learn how to do it. Games at this point are still like largely too big for one person to make still, but like it's like you can do a lot, and you can certainly get pretty far in terms of figuring out like what's the gameplay, what's the world look like all that kind of stuff is just the tools are just very good for it.
it's just insane, like how much we've come now. Like I go back and play like the old games, like the Nintendo 64, and I'm like, this is crazy. The graphics compared that to now, like I could never go back and. Oh man,
That's it. Playing GoldenEye, like back on that horrible like split four screen, like we've got like to look through like a tiny like sort of box, and that.
They put that on the what is it, the online for the Switch. They put it on the NES store or whatever, and it is tough going back to that, being like with what we know now and everything and how we navigate through games. I'm just like, bro, like who made this?
I know, it's just like, was this made by a child?
Still, I remember it very fondly. Like my cousin and I would play it all the time. Be the first one to get the golden gun, or we would start the game with the golden gun.
Yep. I used to do that as well. Like, especially what back in Oz, like, with my two brothers, like, we used to always play it all the time. Like, they go straight for the golden gun. One of us would play as like, odd job or something like that. So we're all like that little bit shorter. So they take that like extra 10 seconds to sort of like aim downwards and try and shoot you. But by that meantime, I'm running up to him, like, and just chopping like, his bloody legs.
Yeah, that game was epic, and I don't know if I don't know what the word is, sacrilegious, or I'm not sure, but I don't know how people feel about this, but I think it's a cool idea if they just take an old game, leave it pretty much the same, but just update the graphics for the newer systems. I mean, I love stuff like that. I think Diablo 2 did that. And I know some other games have done that, and I'm actually a big fan of that, just because that is the one barrier to having fun is if it looks too clunky and stuff. For me, it's just like it's really hard to get immersed into it like I used to. But some of the controls and the gameplay and just the way they, especially with GoldenEye, I used to love like hiding in those secret spots that you weren't able to tell were there until you walked through the wall. Stuff like that. and
I mean,
just the maneuverability.
that's why like remakes and remasters do so well. I mean, for me, one of my
Mm.
favorite games I played this year so far was the Dead Space remake, and
Yes, yes.
that it's so good. And that's a game that didn't even come out. Like that game still looked pretty decent. It only came out like the first one like 15 years ago. Like,
Mm.
and they remade it. I think they were really doing it to test the waters to see if people were into the idea of more Dead Space. And luckily, it sold really well. So I hope we get more of it. But it's like just amazing to play that game now, built in a modern, with modern tech and a modern engine, and it just feels like it just looks and feels so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I like it with certain games. A lot of times I'm also like I'd love to see more like new ideas and stuff, but I get where the industry is. The games are too expensive.
Yeah, well, I suppose it's like when they do the same sort of thing, like with all like the new Resident Evil games, so they like basically like revamped all them.
Yeah, and those remakes are like they're still expensive to build, but like they work really well. Like the Resident Evil 2 remake is the one that I spent the most time with, and it's very good.
Yeah, yeah, it's like really good. I think even number three was like really good as well. But I've because I haven't played any of them. I've just reading what I read in the reviews. But number two was like amazing. Number three was like okay, like it was still good, but not as good as number two. And number four, I haven't played number four, but apparently number four is supposed to be really good as well, especially the VR experience.
Yeah. Well, they're working off a game. The good thing about number four is they're working off it. It's not like a huge reinvention of how the game works. You're also working off arguably the best game in the entire franchise.
Mm.
Like people view Resident Evil 4 as like one of the best, if not the best, one of the best two Resident Evil games. And like a pretty genre defining game when it came out, especially because like there was a lot that the game did that was super innovative.
Yeah, well, that's right, because like they sort of went like from what's the Resident Evil 2, which is kind of like that fixed camera angle, like go down a hall, then fixed camera angle, but then they sort of transitioned to like the over the shoulder, like follow you as you go type view. And I think that was one of the things that was quite revolutionary as well.
Yeah.
Mm.
Speaking of Resident Evil 4 really quickly, first time I played a Resident Evil game as well, so it was like my entry into the series. They were doing the movies around the time. I think it was the GameCube that I was playing it on. What a fascinating system, by the way. I love those mini discs. But there was a moment in that game where I was at my cousin's house, and this is just really funny, so I thought I'd share it. But I'm easily frightened. And it's one of those things where I was just trying to kill some time before I went home. And my cousin and I were sitting in his room. I decided I was going to shoot into the lake. There was this lake, and
yeah.
Shots, and all of a sudden, a giant freaking like fish mutant popped out of the water and ate me. And I was like, dude, I was about to have a heart attack. It was like, it was traumatic. I don't shoot randomly into water anymore. That's for sure.
Had like a Jaws moment.
I love that game. I mean, all those games are so fun.
But I actually had a similar experience myself, but it was with the original. I think it was Resident Evil 2 was the original one, where you're sort of playing like as Leon, and you sort of walk into that first sort of save room when you get to the into the police station, and when you encounter the liquor for the first time, and you're sort of going like around a corner, and you're sort of facing a window, and then you see the liquor run across the window, and I just sort of stopped, paused, and just went, "What was that?" And it's just like terrified to go into like the next room, like where you encounter the liquor for the first time, and then it just like drops off the roof and tries to attack you. I'm like, ah!
Yeah, I'm scared enough of scary movies, so to actually be the one controlling the character, like that's just not the type of game for me. But just pretty cool. I mean, I remember watching my brother play that game, and it was a very, very cool game.
Oh, that's fun. For me, that the scariness of it, like that's almost like I don't do scary movies. I can do some scary games, and as long as you can like react, like in Dead Space, you can react and like you can deal with it. Like that having that agency over it, I guess, for whatever you want to call it, like that. Let's say that's my therapy. That's how I get over it.
Yeah, but I tell you what though, like in Dead Space, like when you do get attacked and you don't react, God, they come up with some amazing like death scenes. I mean, there's so many different ways. There's so many different ways you can die in that game.
Yeah, that reminds me. Earlier, like late last year, I was playing a Callisto Protocol, which is not as good as Dead Space, but like similar kind of thing. Just like the ways you can die in that game were just it was just pretty crazy.
Funny enough, that was actually going to be one of my next questions if anyone's played the Calypso Protocol, because that's the only thing I can think of it like recently in comparison to like sort of Dead Space, if it's any good or not.
Dead Space is notably better, in my opinion. If you haven't played either, like if you've never played a Dead Space game and you're choosing between the two, I would definitely go with Dead Space. If you played Dead Space already, it is a remake. In which case, like then like do with that what you will. If you're okay replaying it with like significantly improved and updated graphics and some changes, a couple changes to the gameplay, some expansions to the gameplay, like that's kind of what you're getting with the Dead Space remake. Whereas like Callisto Protocol, obviously the new game. Callisto Protocol, I don't know what, for whatever reason, that game just looks so good. I thought Dead Space looked amazing, but I thought there was just something about I don't know what it was. There was something about how they finished the finished look. I think it was really a lighting thing in Callisto Protocol that just looked so pretty to me. It's such a visually stunning. But that's kind of all it is like just visually stunning.
It just looks pretty, but the gameplay itself is a bit meh, or the story's a bit meh.
Yeah, something like that.
All right, cool. So, what about anyone else? Anyone else got any gaming stories, gaming experiences? So, I'll chuck one more in there. Like another one that I used to play a lot of back in the day was let's go with StarCraft. So StarCraft, I spent loads and loads of hours on StarCraft. So we got any StarCraft fans in the audience out there? Nope. I'm guessing with a no.
I was a Diablo guy, but never. I mean, I played StarCraft, but I never got into it heavy.
StarCraft's too hard, too competitive.
Oh yeah, it can get brutal, StarCraft. But Diablo's another good one as well. I mean, like, has anyone played the new Diablo 4? Because apparently that's getting some really good reviews and a lot of hype.
I've not played it yet, but that also wouldn't be what I'd like. That wouldn't be my first choice of game, to be honest.
Yeah, I haven't played it yet, but I just saw my cousin this weekend from Texas, and we all played Diablo 2 together back in the day, and so he's super nostalgic for all of us, but he got it, and he said, like, it's just an amazing game, and the cutscenes, it looks like you're watching a movie. So, yeah, he didn't go into too much detail, and I haven't been able to play it for myself. I know my brother's really interested in checking it out, but yeah, just based on my cousin's feedback, he said it was really good.
Yeah, well, because a lot of the reviews I've been reading for it so far say it's like really, really good, really positive, and yeah, it's breathing a nice little bit of life back into the Diablo franchise.
I mean, it's also sold incredibly well, so I wouldn't even say a little bit of life. It's like completely revitalized. It sold something like 600. It made like $600 million in the first like 3 days on sale.
Oh, is it now?
Yeah, like that game's doing super well.
Oh, there you go. So if anyone's able to, might have to go grab yourself a copy because it sounds like it's pretty good.
10 to 12 million copies sold. I think the best selling game this year so far was Hogwarts Legacy, and yeah, I think this is now the second best selling game.
No, cool. All right, guys. Well, I can hear creeping above my head, which is where my kids' bedrooms are. So I got a funny feeling I'm going to get rugged very shortly. But I'm going to try and keep things going for as long as I possibly can. But before I go, is there anybody else in the crowd who wants to come up and say a few words or contribute to the conversation? Because this episode's been a lot of fun. We've had all sorts of different talks. We've had everything from from comics, film, TV. So has some amazing stories. Oh, we got D. D, you gonna come up and say a few words? I think. Oh no, maybe not. Now let me try and invite D back up to speak. Okay, I think we got you, D.
Oh, hey. Yeah, sorry. I think Uncle Elon is messing with Twitter. Yeah, I just wanted to come back up and just say thanks for having the space. Thanks everyone for coming up to talk. And yeah, thanks. Everyone have a good night or good day or whatever.
Yeah, thank you, Dean. I'm the same. Like, you know, if you've been listening the whole time here, and oh, hang on, I got oh, Hinano wants to come up and say a few words. Hinano, yeah, jump on up, mate. There we go. I think we got you.
Hey everybody, how's everyone doing tonight? Thanks for the space. Sorry I haven't been involved. I've got a lot of stuff going on IRL, so I'm kind of just actually doing work. I really wish I was editing video. But yeah, I just wanted to say a really good space. Good to hear from you, Alex. I haven't talked to you in, it feels like 2 weeks.
It feels like forever, mate.
Yeah, it's been a while. We need to catch up soon. DYNO, good to hear from you too, man. I feel like you haven't been around either. So it's good to hear from all of you guys and everyone else in the space. It was really fun, and yeah, thanks for having it, guys.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I was on vacation this past weekend, so a lot of family time, trying to put the phone down a bit. And so, yeah, sorry for being a little out of the loop, but yeah, I'm back now and glad I didn't have to miss a WebV Wednesday. It's a really fun thing I look forward to every week, and always a great conversation with all you guys. And yeah, always a pleasure to talk to you, Trevor, and Dave. It was nice to meet you officially. iAmDEV, thanks for coming up and sharing your story with us. Like I said, super inspiring. And yeah, definitely anybody in the crowd, make sure you check iAmDEV's page and support him and all that he's doing. And yeah, just appreciate everybody who came up and spoke, Shadow, and anybody else that I missed that came up and contributed to the conversation. And thanks to everyone who's listening. It's always fun hanging out with everybody.
Yeah, same for me as well, guys. Thank you very much for everyone who's been listening in. Also, do a quick shout out as well to Chris Severs as well. If you haven't checked out his blogs for our Go Collect, definitely do so. So the last one I read was about Daredevil, and a really good read if you're a Daredevil fan. So definitely check that out and follow him on Twitter. And thank you everybody for coming up to speak. It is actually you guys who what makes the space possible. Having all these different opinions and conversations, and just enjoying this space together. Like I said, is what makes all these, what makes the space what it is. And hopefully moving forward we can try to together. And hopefully, but like DYNO said, thank you everybody for coming up to speak with us. Dave, NFL, so lovely to meet you, mate. So thank you for coming up to speak. And again, if you can drop in, you're more than welcome to in our space anytime. iAmDEV, again, congratulations on your coming child, and I wish all the best for you and your family, and good luck with your future endeavors as well. And again, if you ever want to come back to our space and just chill or speak, you're more than welcome to. Trevor, always a pleasure, mate. So thank you for sharing about gaming, and always a pleasure to have you in our space as well, mate. So you're welcome here anytime. And again, and anyone else I might have missed, this is WebV Wednesdays, brought to you by the WebV Collective. We stream every Wednesday, 8 p.m. till 10 p.m. ish Pacific Standard Time every week. We talk Marvel, comics, filming, game, and then anything else in between. And no FUD, just a nice chilled space, and just try and connect with everybody and just having a good time. And and I forgot Fro. So Fro, thanks for listening in, bro. Always nice to have you here. Digital Land Broker, Poppy, Macho Nacho, Lisa, Geordie 007, So if I missed anybody, I do apologize. But yeah, thanks for listening, guys, and we will catch you all next week. And again, thank you to DYNO for co-hosting. So always an amazing co-host. And yeah, I think that's enough rambling from me. So yeah, that's me signing off. So enjoy the rest of your week, guys, and I'll catch you all next week.
Take care, everybody.
Take care. Thank you again, guys. Great space.
Thanks, everyone.
All right, take care, everybody. Have a good one. I'll catch you next week.
Bye.
Bye.